Are you a talented footballer with the potential to go all of the way, but you've never been spotted or had a trial? Well, all you need to do is check out a brand new innovative business that I've started with my partners called Scout Size. It gives you a chance to get spotted by our network of scouts to try and get you a trial at a professional club. Scout Size places you in front of a professional scout who will assess your talent. You simply need to visit our website right now and upload your clips as directed. Our scouts will then view them and give you a full assessment. If you meet a certain criteria, your details will be sent to scouts at professional football clubs for them to come and see you play. It's as simple as that. So visit scoutsize.com right now and send in your clips, and a scout could be coming to watch you play at your next game.
Welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Just before I get into all of the information today, just to remind you that I'm going live on playback tonight at 9 p.m. UK time. That's 9 p.m. UK time, so set your clocks if you're anywhere else around the world. 9 p.m. UK time. The chance where you guys have your say. I want to speak to as many of you as possible about all the transfer links to Arsenal so far this transfer window and the lack of movement so far. Although I do expect things to start hotting up. The Euros have been on. And talking of the Euros, of course, we know that a couple of Arsenal players have come home in like Kivior, Tierney, but the majority of our players are still at the tournament after the first group stages. Havertz, Trossard, Jorginho, Saka, Rice, Ramsdale, Saliba, all still at the Euros, all looking like they're going to go far down into it. So what does that do for Mikel Arteta's preparations? And of course, Martinelli and Gabriel Magalhães of Brazil, their campaign just got underway. So when you think that the pre-season for Arsenal is just a few weeks away, really. I mean, we're nearly now in July. It's about the third week into July. What sort of preparation are they going to have? How much is Mikel Arteta going to have to rely not only just on the players that have stayed behind, have not been called up, and also any new signings that he may make, which half of them are still playing at the Euros and all these tournaments as well. Rumours, get Viktor Gyokeres rumour still out there. The Evening Standard claiming that he could be signed within days. That was their report. They're saying that talks have been progressing well between the two camps. Do you know what? This is so conflicting. You read one place, talks are going, this could happen. You read other places, people are like, we haven't heard nothing. We haven't seen anything about this unless it's being conducted in absolute secrecy and with only a couple of people knowing. I don't know. But they're certainly still going big on the Viktor Gyokeres one. It was broke by the Portuguese publication. Again, what sort of fee will it be? That's the thing. You know what I mean? How much will that be? Is it concrete? I mean, we really, really don't know. That's the honest truth on it right now. I ain't got a clue, but it's what's being reported. This one was interesting for me yesterday when I read this. Alexander Isak, of course, that if you did a poll on Arsenal fans and you said, which striker would you love to see Arsenal sign? I'd say 70% would say Alexander Isak. He had a great season last year for Newcastle. Now, interesting yesterday, Daily Mail claiming that Chelsea made an inquiry to Newcastle about Isak, right? We know that Newcastle are one of these teams that have, flying close to the wind when it comes to these profit and sustainability rules, but they do not want to let Isak go. But they're saying that an inquiry was made by Chelsea and that Newcastle will come back and say, listen, we want at least 115 million plus before even considering it. Now, ridiculous amount of money. I don't think Arsenal would then go in and pay that sort of money. I don't think Chelsea are going to pay that sort of money. But it's interesting that they sort of come, number one, that Chelsea, felt that they could go in and ask about it when it seems to be that everybody's been saying no chance. Let's see. Let's see if any movement does happen on the Isak one. Again, though, that price is just so high. I just can't see anyone going near that right now. Serhou Guirassy has been linked with a move to Arsenal from Stuttgart. I reported earlier on in the week that he's told his teammates that he wants to leave this season. He wants to go. Massive goal scoring record last season. Heavily linked with a move to Arsenal, with AC Milan and Borussia Dortmund. But HITC, the publication, claiming that he's decided to join Borussia Dortmund and stay in Germany. So, again, not concrete, but makes sense to me. I don't think Arsenal are going to go in for him. He is cheap with this £70 million release clause, but you know, how regularly would he play at Arsenal? He would just be a backup if he did come in, excuse me, and looking like he's going to be heading to Borussia Dortmund. Also, talking of German teams looking to hijack possible Arsenal moves, Amadou Onana, who's been heavily linked with a move to Arsenal, still at the Euros, of course, with Belgium. The Liverpool Echo yesterday claiming that Bayern Munich are starting to emerge as real favourites to sign him, showing a lot of interest in Amadou Onana. They've apparently become very frustrated in, you know, their dealings with Fulham. They've been trying to sign João Paulino. They wanted him in January. It didn't happen. And they're seemingly turning their attentions to Onana. So more competition for Arsenal if, in fact, they are trying to get Amadou Onana to try and replace, say, Thomas Partey, who it does look like he will be going this summer. There's still a lot of interest being shown by those clubs over in Saudi Arabia for Thomas Partey. Now, what about this next one? Team Talk, via a couple of publications over there in Spain, claiming that Mikel Arteta has promised Rodrygo of Real Madrid a prominent role, starring role at Arsenal, if he decides to sign for them. This is according to these publications. Now, of course, under normal circumstances, you say absolutely no way, and it'd probably still be the case, absolutely no way are Real Madrid going to sell Rodrygo, one of their best players, won the Champions League and League last season, really, really top talent, still only 23. However, they have just bought Mbappe, and although they haven't really had to pay a fee, there's massive wages. They have got Endrick coming in as well. Where are all these players going to play? Would Rodrygo consider leaving? His contract is starting to, you know, come up for renegotiation as well. He would cost a lot of money. We know that Manchester City are really interested in him. We know that Arsenal now are one of those clubs interested in him. Any special talent like that, it's going to interest the big boys. We know in the past that Liverpool have wanted him as well. But that's the rumours today that Arteta said if you come starring role, where would that starring role be? Because he plays predominantly as a right winger for Real Madrid. Would that be, you know, over Saka? Or would it be he plays on the left-hand side, or maybe Saka moved? Listen, these are just rumours at the moment, but a very intriguing one. I guess loads of fans would love to see a player of that quality come to Arsenal. Emile Smith-Rowe linked heavily today with a move to Fulham. Give Me Sport are the publication that are saying that Fulham have made contact with Arsenal over trying to sign Emile Smith-Rowe this summer. Arsenal want around £40 million for him. That's the valuation they put on him. Fulham are saying that their valuation is around about £25 million, so they're way off at the moment. If they've made contact, there's going to have to be a lot of negotiation. We do know there's a lot of other clubs interested in Emile Smith-Rowe as well. Looks like he will go this summer, if you're reading all the reports, but it will be for how much. And Arsenal in a strong position there because a lot of clubs are interested in. Whether they'll get 40 million for him is another matter, but he's been heavily linked today. As is Joan Garcia of Espanyol. Now, these reports are coming out of Spain from a journalist called Gerard Romero. He said that Arsenal have made contact over signing the goalkeeper from Espanyol. Had a great season last year, 11 clean sheets in 18 games for Espanyol. They got promoted back to La Liga, and he was a prominent part of that. He's made the Spanish Olympic squad, and he's said to be interested in Arsenal. Of course, the Aaron Ramsdale situation, we don't know what's happening with that. It does look that Ramsdale will probably move on, and Arsenal going to need a replacement. £20 million release clause, according to or some of the rumours that are out there. As I claim nowadays, the thing I call it, some of these release clauses for players in European football is the Premier League clause. In case any Premier League team comes for you, they're not getting you for a reasonable price. Spurs also said to be one of those teams that are really, really interested in signing him as well. Won't be at Espanyol come the summer in my books. But where will he end up? Will Arsenal make a big move for Garcia as a potential replacement, of course, for Aaron Ramsdale? Let's wait and see how that one turns out. And this one is really interesting as well. Riccardo Calafiori, who's been brilliant at the Euros, I think been one of the best defenders at the Euros for Italy. The other night, his driving run out of defence made that goal that kept them in the tournament. That goal there with the equalising goal against Croatia. Now, according to Tutto Sport, they say that Arsenal have joined the race to sign him. He had a breakout season last year for Bologna. Bologna qualified for the Champions League. Real shock that Bologna just came out of nowhere, and he was one of the players that really helped them to do that. As I said, he's been one of the stars of the Euros, certainly been, for me, Italy's best player. And that doesn't go unnoticed when, you add that to the fact that he's had a great season. Now, he's valued at around about £40 million. As I said, lots of clubs interested in him. Could he stay at Bologna? I'm sure they would love to keep him. They're in the Champions League, as I said, so they're going to get a big windfall. Or will he leave? As I said, centre-back can also play as a left-back. And when you consider there's all these rumours around Jakub Kiwior and the fact that AC Milan want him, Juventus want him, could possibly go, Calafiori would be absolutely perfect. I mean, he's been brilliant in this. To what I've seen of him, he's been absolutely amazing. But will he leave Bologna? And also, if he does, for how much and where will he go? Will he want to go somewhere where he's going to guarantee to start, which he probably wouldn't have that guarantee at Arsenal. So interesting on Calafiori. Want to hear from you guys on these rumours. You can speak to me directly tonight on Playback. If you haven't already joined Playback, click the link in the description and sign up. It's free to do so and you'll get a notification. But 9 p.m. UK time tonight for that. Want as many of you as possible to join me, where we're going to have a big debate over the signings. And also, talking transfers today, I'm going to be joined with the boys, Turkish, James. Again, we're going to be discussing transfers and seeing who we would like to see Arsenal bring in. Thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow.